LinkedIn has just changed its algorithm. And for once, this is actually really bad news for all the gurus out there. Because the tricks that these people have been trying to use for years to game the system, things like engagement pods, comment baits, viral bullshit, LinkedIn is actively trying to kill them. The new system is called 360 Brew. And instead of rewarding vanity metrics, it's doing something so much simpler. It's basically trying to work out who actually knows what they're talking about, which might mean you might reach fewer people, but those people who you do reach are more likely to become your clients. So in this video, I'm going to explain how the new LinkedIn algorithm works, in normal, simple human language that is, and why this might be the best thing to happen to small businesses on LinkedIn in years. So essentially, the old LinkedIn system became really toxic. No one was actually creating for humans anymore. They were just creating for this mysterious algorithm. And so they were all in these engagement pods where they basically swapped comments and likes for each other regardless of what their content was about. They had these comment farms, so they'd have like people overseas where they would have hundreds of people every single time they posted being ready to just comment as soon as they could do it. AI automation, which would do the same thing with AI, and basically everything was written by AI. And it was just terrible. People massively gamed vanity metrics. All they cared about was getting more likes, more comments, more shares, and increasing their follower count. This was the currency of business success. Therefore, this made people write posts just to rile people up, engagement bait, and then just completely lie about how much money they'd earn, just to kind of show that they were successful and just generate people being like, oh, wow, you're super successful on their post. And so people started optimizing for reach instead of relevance. LinkedIn just became this place where essentially people just moaned about LinkedIn. People used to go on there for genuine connections to learn something. Thought leadership wasn't this buzz term, it was actually something people practice and people wanted to see. And suddenly now your LinkedIn feed is filled with memes just for generation of engagement and posts which go agree at the end of it. Then you have your fake vulnerability posts where someone's died, someone's got cancer, something bad has happened, you rescued a homeless person, your cat's in the picture but kind of sick but also cute at the same time. There's all these manipulation tactics going on and it's just not quality content. Then we have the AI comments and it's just unbearable. So LinkedIn slowly became this weird place where people were like, it's like this theatre performance for likes and comments instead of actually looking for business. And after the 1700th post about LinkedIn being a bit of a crappy place to be now, LinkedIn kind of noticed and they decided to do something about it. So there's a lot of technical stuff out there about what LinkedIn Brew is, how it works, and all the technical requirements about it, and how these LLMs all work together to be better. But actually, none of that really matters. The simplest way to describe LinkedIn 360 Brew is that LinkedIn now looks at your content and your profile as if it's read by a human. So what does that mean? What does it actually look at? What does it take from your profile? So 360 Brew actually analyzes a few things. What your profile says and what your expertise are. Does your experience match what you're actually talking about? What topics do you engage with consistently? What does your profile say you actually care about? Who in your network is engaging with your content? This can be a little bit confusing, and there are so many factors that do go into this, but essentially you can break them down into three core elements. The first one is your relevance. So does this person actually know what they're talking about? They look at your profile, they look at your experience, and look at the topics that you're talking about. So if you're consistently showing up saying the same things, then you'll be ranked much higher as an expert, as someone who knows their topic. But if you're suddenly posting about random memes, a different topic every week, and you're jumping on every trend, LinkedIn 360 Brew isn't going to have a clue who you are or what you do or what you can advise people on. So number two is substance. And that's my favorite one because I am constantly calling out the bullshit. So substance basically says, is this post actually useful? So it's not vague motivation. It's not generic advice. And it's not empty storytelling. Instead, It's real insight, real experience, and real perspective. And number 3 is conversation. So LinkedIn genuinely now values your real dialogue between people, not just your great post, insight man, onto the comments. No one cares about that. It's if you're leaving really meaningful comments, so you're actually sparking a discussion, and they love discussion threads. And what I mean by this is someone leaves a comment, someone else chimes into that discussion, and you are creating this conversation on your post and on your profile with different people. LinkedIn 360 Brew loves that. It also looks at how many people have saved the post, because that shows you that the post is really valuable, that you've saved it for later. And then how many people have visited your profile, because that makes you interesting. If they've seen a post, they never knew who you were before, they're like, this is interesting. Who is this person? If they're looking at your profile and you're getting quite a lot of profile visits, that's a thumbs up by 360 Brew. Because these factors show real interest and not just vanity engagement. So unfortunately, a bunch of people are losing out by this new algorithm, and they are fuming. They are trying right now to control the narrative and say all these new things are happening and that they've got new hacks out and they can prepare people, but they just don't know what to do with their own profile. These are the people who just churned out AI content. They were just putting the same stuff that they saw in ChatGPT and just throwing it on their page without any editing. These are the people who just did a viral meme every so often, and they loved the engagement they were getting, but now 360 Brew has no idea who to show their profile to. These are those who would do rage bait posts all the time just to piss people off so that they would get angry in the comments, so switch and do all these different things every single week, talking about whatever's on in the papers just to annoy people. Yes, they got engagement, but now who is their profile for? And then, of course, you've got your engagement pod users. These are the people who get in a little group, they all force themselves to like and comment every single post, regardless of what it's about. Those people never cared about the quality or thinking about their audience, because they knew they were going to guarantee to get a certain number of likes and comments on every single post, because everyone in their engagement pod would do that. So they didn't actually listen to what their audience wanted. They don't know what posts are actually doing really well. Instead, they are now stuck because engagement pods are actively being punished by LinkedIn's new algorithm, and so these profiles are really seriously in danger. So if your strategy relied on tricking the algorithm, well, the algorithm just got a lot smarter than you. This is great news for entrepreneurs. People don't think about it, but it really is. I've said this before, creators need to monetize attention, but business owners want to monetize solutions. You don't need thousands of people seeing your posts. You just need a few of the right people, the ones who are going to turn into your clients. So if the old LinkedIn goal was to reach as many people as possible, the new LinkedIn goal is to reach the right people. And that's exactly what 360 Brew is trying to help people do. You will constantly see people moaning about the reach. It has dropped. You are getting to fewer people. But those fewer people that you do reach, they will actually give a damn about what you do. And that's what really matters. If you reach 100,000 people off your posts, but no one buys anything from you at all, is that really success? But say if you reached 20 people and every single one of those 20 people became clients. Hell, if only half of them became clients. Now that's a business. So it should be really easy to now get work from LinkedIn. You don't even need to do anything complicated. There are no hacks. All you need to do is the same thing I've been advising for years. You show up, you do good quality content, you speak to the people you actually want to speak to, you care about it, and you engage in normal, meaningful conversation. But if you want 5 practical tips, things that you can actually take away right now so that your profile does better, then here are the 5 that I've got for you today. Number 1, I want you to be easy to categorize. So that means LinkedIn should instantly understand who you are for and how you can help them. Now, I found this very difficult for myself. I'm a portfolio entrepreneur. I do so many things. So I had to go and rewrite my profile too. And it wasn't easy. But LinkedIn also looks at what you talk about. So as long as what you talk about correlates to what you say you do and what you're an expert on in your profile, this will be a good sign. Number 2 is I want you to stop posting for strangers. I don't want you to be shouting into the void. I don't want you to be desperately hoping that anyone listens to you. I want you to post only for those who will buy from you, not for random reach. Number 3, I want you to write posts that people will save. Remember, saving posts is a massive signal to LinkedIn 360 Brew. So if you can write things that are great tips that people want to save for later, actionable insights, that's going to really help your profile. Number 4, I want you to create conversation. And I mean real conversation. So all those comments, guide for my free guide on XYZ, that's not going to help. People know about that. It might still work on the likes of Instagram with their ManyChat and things like that, automated DMs. It won't work on LinkedIn anymore. LinkedIn is optimized for conversation. Number 5 is I want you to build relationships. That doesn't mean commenting for the sake of commenting. That means building genuine relationships. Your goal? To create conversations. Those conversations lead to real connections. And those real connections, they lead to clients. So the funny thing about this new LinkedIn algorithm is that it's not forcing anyone to do anything new. It's just getting people to use LinkedIn in the way that it should have been used in the first place. So it was always about you building expertise in your area. Then it was about sharing that insight from your experience. Then it was about helping other people who want to learn from you. And then it's about starting conversations with those people. That's what LinkedIn was designed for. So if your business depends on going viral, then this update was pretty bad news for you. But if your business was based on trust, then LinkedIn just became a pretty great place to be. And if you want my guide on LinkedIn 360 Brew, how the algorithm works, what it looks for, and how you can now rank your profile better now that all the bullshit tactics have gone, then please do click the link in the description below to find out how you can get that straight into your inbox. And if you enjoyed this video today, then please do like and subscribe for more videos like this and no bullshit information on how you can grow your business.